Today, we're exploring a deeply impactful book called The Humanity Factor by Frank J. Ligon. This book explores how, in a world dominated by technology, productivity, and efficiency, we can still maintain and cherish the qualities that make us human. It's a guide to reclaiming empathy, vulnerability, creativity, and connection in our everyday lives. Stick around as I break down each chapter in detail, along with actionable steps you can take to apply these lessons to your daily life. And remember, if you want to dive deeper into the full book, you can find a link in the description below. This is Wealth Velocity, where you create, protect, and grow your wealth fast. Chapter 1 introduces us to what Ligon calls the humanity factor. He argues that modern society has placed too much emphasis on technological advancement and productivity, often at the expense of human qualities like compassion, collaboration, and empathy. Ligon explains that this shift has caused many of us to become disconnected from ourselves and others. He emphasizes that these human traits are not only necessary for a fulfilling life, but are also critical to building stronger personal and professional relationships. To implement this lesson in your life, start by evaluating your daily interactions. Do you rush through conversations, focusing on getting things done, or do you take the time to really connect with others? Try setting a daily intention to approach each interaction with presence and care. This might be as simple as taking a few extra minutes to ask a colleague how they're doing, or calling a friend just to catch up. These small acts of human connection are at the core of what Ligon calls the humanity factor. In Chapter 2, Ligon explores empathy as a cornerstone of human connection. He defines empathy as the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. Empathy, he argues, is often the missing link in our relationships, both personal and professional. Ligon highlights research that shows empathetic individuals and leaders are more likely to build trust, resolve conflicts, and create more inclusive environments. This chapter features numerous examples of how practicing empathy can enhance teamwork, improve relationships, and even boost performance in the workplace. A simple way to start practicing empathy is by making a conscious effort to listen more and talk less. Next time someone shares something with you, whether it's a challenge or a success, focus on really understanding their feelings before offering a response. You can practice reflecting their emotions by saying something like, "It sounds like you're feeling really frustrated with that situation," or "That must have been really exciting for you." This act of empathizing not only strengthens your bond with the person, but helps you gain a better understanding of their perspective. Chapter 3 flips the script on how we think about vulnerability. While many view vulnerability as a sign of weakness, Ligon makes a compelling case that it is, in fact, a great strength. He explains that when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, whether by sharing our fears, admitting mistakes, or asking for help, we create space for others to do the same. Vulnerability fosters authenticity and trust, two ingredients essential for deep, meaningful relationships. Ligon supports his argument with studies showing that people who embrace vulnerability are more likely to form strong, lasting connections. To embrace vulnerability, start by opening up in small, manageable ways. For example, if you're facing a challenge at work, instead of putting on a brave face, consider asking a colleague for advice. You might say, "I'm struggling with this part of the project. Can I get your input?" In personal relationships, try sharing something you've been hesitant to express, like a fear or concern, with someone you trust. By allowing yourself to be vulnerable, you'll find that people are more likely to open up to you in return, deepening your connections. Ligon dedicates Chapter 4 to the power of collaboration and how it drives innovation. He argues that diverse teams, where individuals feel valued and safe to contribute their unique perspectives, are the most creative and productive. The chapter discusses how creating a culture of collaboration, where people feel free to share ideas without fear of judgment, leads to breakthroughs in problem-solving and innovation. Ligon emphasizes the need for psychological safety, a concept where team members feel confident that their input will be heard and respected. To foster collaboration in your own life, try incorporating brainstorming sessions where everyone's ideas are welcomed, no matter how out of the box they might seem. If you're leading a team, make a point to actively invite input from every member, particularly those who may be quieter or more reserved. You can say something like, "I'd love to hear what you think about this." Your perspective could be really valuable here. By fostering a culture of collaboration, you'll create an environment where innovation thrives. In Chapter 5, Ligon discusses the concept of compassionate leadership. He defines compassionate leaders as those who prioritize the well-being of their teams, not just their productivity. Compassionate leadership, he argues, leads to better long-term outcomes because it fosters loyalty, reduces burnout, and increases overall team performance. He contrasts this style of leadership with more traditional top-down management approaches, which often focus solely on results. Compassionate leaders, on the other hand, understand that when their team members feel supported and valued as human beings, they perform at their best. If you're in a leadership role, start by showing genuine concern for your team's well-being. This can be as simple as regularly checking in on how they're doing, both professionally and personally. You might say something like, "How are you feeling about the workload this week? Is there anything I can do to support you?" If you're not in a leadership position, you can still lead with compassion by being attentive to your colleagues' needs, offering help when possible, and promoting a positive, supportive work environment. Ligon shifts focus in Chapter 6 to discuss the importance of reconnecting with nature. He argues that in our increasingly urbanized and technology-driven world, we've become disconnected from the natural environment, and as a result, from ourselves. Studies show that spending time in nature has numerous benefits, including reducing stress, improving creativity, and boosting overall well-being. Ligon encourages readers to make time for nature as a way to reconnect with their humanity and find peace in an otherwise chaotic world. Reconnecting with nature doesn't have to mean going on a week-long retreat. Start by incorporating small doses of nature into your daily routine. Take a walk in a nearby park during your lunch break. Spend some time gardening, or even bring nature into your home with plants or a small garden. You can also practice mindfulness while in nature, paying attention to the sights, sounds, and smells around you. This connection with the natural world can help you find clarity and reduce stress, bringing a sense of calm and balance to your life. In the final chapter, Ligon ties everything together by discussing the importance of living with purpose. He explains that living with purpose is about aligning your actions with your values and pursuing goals that bring meaning to your life. When you live with purpose, you feel more fulfilled, motivated, and content, both in your personal and professional life. This chapter encourages readers to reflect on what matters most to them and to make conscious decisions that align with their core values. To start living with purpose, first, take time to identify your core values. Ask yourself, what do I care about most? What kind of impact do I want to have on the world? Once you've identified your values, assess how well your current lifestyle aligns with them. If one of your values is helping others, for example, look for ways to incorporate more acts of service into your life, whether through volunteer work, mentoring, or simply supporting those around you. Living with purpose doesn't require grand gestures. It's about making intentional choices that bring you closer to your true self every day. And that's a comprehensive look at by Frank J. Ligon. This book is a powerful reminder that in a world that often prioritizes technology and productivity, our greatest strength lies in our humanity. Whether it's through empathy, vulnerability, collaboration, or living with purpose, we have the tools to lead more fulfilling, meaningful lives. If any of these lessons resonated with you, I highly recommend picking up the full book. It's filled with even more valuable insights and practical advice. The link is right here in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on new content. And remember, the link too is in the description below. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video with more money in your pocket.